It's the Eagle Community Television Forum with your host, Gary Shorman.
Hi, and welcome to the Forum on Eagle Television. I'm Gary Shorman. My guest today on the Forum is Curtis Hammeke, who's with Fort Hays State University. Our program is brought to you by Hays Med. You know what? Football season is right around the corner, but there are so many other things going on at Fort Hays State University, Curtis, and it's nice to have you here on our program.
Yeah, well, thank you, Gary. Thanks for having me, and we're real excited about football season, obviously, but yeah, it's been kind of a hectic summer and getting ready for some of the things that we're excited about coming into this year.
Well, it would be nice if probably football was the only thing that the athletic director had to worry about, correct?
It would be, but we are excited about that, and Chris Brown's done such a great job and got an awful lot of athletes in here this year, so and a great home schedule, so we're really looking forward to the football season.
Well, we'll start there. Chris was here, Coach Brown was here a couple of weeks ago, talked on this program about the number of athletes, because that's only one part of the fall program. Sound like the 140 some kids out that are going to be in, that gives him, I guess, more choices and a chance to continue to build on what's been a winning program the last few years.
I think it speaks to the job he's done in recent years, and that he's attracting so many additional athletes. You know, we usually at the beginning of the year, 120 is a big number, but to get up to 140, there's just an increased interest with the success of the program that he's had in the last several years. So I think it's a credit to Chris and the job he's done with the football program that there's so much additional interest in the program, even as walk-ons and that type of thing. So the program's growing.
Well, coming up in a couple of weeks is going to be the Big Tiger Auction. We want to talk about that, but being we're talking about fall sports, what else is in the mix for fall sports? How are the other sports? Because practice is just getting underway for the teams. They're just making that happen. Obviously, August is always a fun time to be practicing anyway. But tell us about the other fall sports and what's happening there.
Yeah, they're all doing well. I think we're looking forward to great, volleyball's just gotten started, and of course, football, and then we'll have both of our soccer programs are up and moving after great seasons last year. So we're looking for good success there, and then certainly the success the cross-country program had last year is going to be something to build on this year too. So all in all, across the board, we've got a new coach in women's soccer with Blake Reynolds entering his first year. But Brett Parker's coming back with the men's program, and they've been going deep into the NCAA tournament every year. So I'm looking forward to both them and the seasons that they got coming forward. So all of them are going to be exciting. We've just been working on some projects facility-wise that I think are going to enhance our fan experience with all those events.
That's one of the fun things about the auction. My question was going to be, how do you know more and learn more about this? But darn it, there's an auction coming up in a couple of weeks here, and the coaches are there. You have a great new facility and kind of a rebuilding because you've been sold out in past years. Tell me a little bit about this year's event.
Yeah, we've had, 7 years, I think, up in the ballroom of the Union, and that's worked out very well. Our capacity up there has been between 450, and we've squeezed a few extra in there to get to 460 a few times, and we've been sold out for the last several years anyway, so that's been a great event up there. But we chose this year to try something different and move it over to our indoor facility, which would have space for more people to come if they wanted to.
10,000 almost.
Yeah, well, a lot. All we wanted, as many as we can find tables for.
Yeah.
But certainly it's an athletic venue, so we thought it'd be exciting to try it over there. So, we're having portable air conditioning pumped in, to make that climate controlled in there and make it a good situation there. But we've got so much more space for our items and for additional people to come if they wanted, So we were running into that being sold out every year, and we thought this would be the right time to try it. So we'll see how that goes, but we're up a little over 500 tickets sold now, so we're beyond what we would have been able to hold in the other place. However, we don't know how much further that'll go between now and the time the auction gets here.
Well, if you're sitting at home, one of the best parts of the auction, obviously there's some great items you can bid on. It all goes to support Fort Hays State University, which is really cool. But the players and coaches and people around there, it really gives you a chance to learn about what goes on, because you have not only great players, but great coaches that are leading the program.
No question. I think they're all there. They'll all be in attendance at this, as they all every year. But I think it's just a great kickoff event. We've talked about over the years, should we have it at a different time, but having it 7 or 8 years in a row, at the end of August leading into the start of the fall semester. It's a good kickoff event for, it's a good place to gather with all of our supporters and those who come to this event, and along with our athletes are there, our coaches are there, And it's just a good event to get everybody together before, kind of like the old back to school picnic, you know. But it gathers everybody in one spot to really get excitement and energy going to the start of the fall season.
Well, I've been hearing some of the ads and seeing the commercials on it. How does somebody go about getting it? There may be somebody that said, hey, I don't have my ticket yet. I can still get a ticket, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So doing that, where do they go to find their tickets?
They just call the athletic office, and that's 628-4050. You can just call into or you can get them online, actually, so at our website, which is FHSUathletics.com. So you can call in or look online and get them either way, but just give us a call and we can get you set up with tickets. And they're $75 a piece, but that includes everything that you're gonna need that evening, everything to eat and drink throughout the
Can you
evening.
play football in there? I mean, that's a big place to go play if you want to do that. It's fun.
We've got a few surprises in store for this year's auction. I think it's going to be exciting, but a lot of it's going to be related to our video boards that we're putting up this year and still raising money for some of those.
Well, it's one thing, it'd be neat just to be inside if you haven't been inside that facility.
Yeah,
it's a cool facility.
I really think so. I think there's a large part of our community who hasn't stepped foot in there yet, and it's such a neat facility, and we're very thankful for that. You know, certainly the Bickles and Schmidt family who made that a reality for us here several years ago. It's been a great recruiting tool for us. It's been a very functional facility that we use throughout the winter months. So it's just been a great addition to our facilities and our athletic program. And it's something that we want to showcase a little bit and show people what it's all about, because it fits real well to the theme of our auction and the fact that we're doing this for athletics and trying to generate money to help us with all of our needs and the like. But having it in an athletic venue made a lot of sense to us. So this is our first go around at it, and we're excited about it.
Curtis, talk about what you can bid on there, because there's a lot of people that donate some really cool things as well. I know there are hundreds of things that are going to be in the auction.
Yeah, we try to keep the live item to 100 or less, and then we'll have hundreds of silent auction items, 200 or 300 of those. But we've kept it capped so that we get done around 10 o'clock. So our live auction starts around 7, and then we try to get done around 10. But I mean, it's trips, whether it's to Vail or an African adventure, a lot of different type of trips you can take. You can get tickets into the President's Box for a football game. You can purchase a coach for a day and be Coach Brown's assistant at a home game or an away game. Just some interesting things like that. This year, for example, we got a puppy dog. First time ever, and that's going to be an exciting little deal. But furniture.
Are you
sets,
involved in any of the items?
I know somebody on our committee that it's involved, so is bringing that forward, and I think that's going to be fun. But it really varies. There's all kinds of items, from TVs, to appliances, to weed whippers, to trips, like I said, and furniture sets. These are big ticket items, and the list goes on. But we keep that to a concentrated amount, and then so we are timely in the event.
Well, that makes it fun. So I hope you have a chance. If you're looking to find something to do, it's a great activity just to go attend, be a part of. You're not forced to bid on anything, are you? You can just show up, have food, fun, have some great times with coaches and players from Fort Hays State University.
Yeah.
You can even have fun with the athletic director.
Yes, you can. It's a fun night. It's very fun. What we got an item here recently, which is a big whiskey barrel, I guess I would call it. But
filled with?
No whiskey, but it's got a table on top of it, so it's like a pub table. It's got a couple chairs, and then you can open up the whiskey barrel, and there's actually it's a wine.
Very cool
deal. So we try to find some items that are unique, that you can't just get anywhere, and stuff like that. So we get some very, very interesting donations, and our committee's done a great job.
So you can go online, you can find out how you get a ticket to be there. $75. It's in the brand new indoor facility.
Yep.
And it starts in the evening, but all the information is online, right?
4:30 you can get in there and start looking around at items. At 5:30 we usually start serving dinner, but all the alcohol and the meal and everything is part of your ticket price.
Very good. Hope you have a chance to be there. Now, that's only one of like 1,000 things going on in your world. We're going to take a break and come back and talk about like new stadium seating. There's new parking going on. There's some dedications taking place. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the athletic director of Fort Hays State University, Curtis Hammeke, after this break.
Hays Med is your first and best choice for healthcare. They're the only facility providing tertiary level services in this region. With more than 70 physicians and 26 specialties ranging from heart, orthopedic, spine care, cancer, obstetrics and gynecology, wound care, rehabilitation and surgery, including the Da Vinci robotic surgery, HaysMed is your comprehensive health provider for people throughout Western Kansas. HaysMed, helping people be healthy.
Are you frustrated with Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? It happens when you don't have Pulse, the cutting-edge Wi-Fi solution from Eagle Communications. A Pulse-certified Eagle technician maps your home, then installs a dual-band modem and router, plus discrete access points to deliver wall-to-wall Wi-Fi with no dead zones. Pulse powers all your family's devices in all the places you love to live. Get Pulse. Wi-Fi made simple. Only from Eagle Communications. Call today.
Welcome back to the second half of our forum here on Eagle Television. It's brought to you by HaysMed, and we always ask for it. And sometimes you even write us and let us know about some great programs. Like to hear that from you. Send me a note at gary.shorman@eaglecom.net. You can also go on Facebook if you're there. You can be our friend at ECTV Forum. Again, our guest is Curtis Hammeke, Athletic Director of Fort Hays State University. The Big Tiger auction is coming up in a couple of weeks, but more than that, you have new stadium seats. What's going on with the stadium? Because the whole stadium's ripped apart over there. You drive by and you see there's no seats.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, you know, for several years, Gary, we've had the seats, actually since I've been here, since I think in the mid-'90s, those seats were installed. And, you know, the deck size of the concrete there's not much we can do about. The width between your knees and hitting the chair in front of you. However, those seats that are there are static. So the seat that you're actually sitting on doesn't raise up like they do in some stadiums. So we felt like, you know, what we could control here is to get seats in that the bottom seat would lift up. So at least when somebody in the middle of the aisle wants to get out and go to the concession stand or whatever, you can stand up and back up and get out of their way. Right now, since that seat's static and sitting there, you can't hardly get out of their way. So
it was kind of amusing, though, to see people crawling across other people to get out.
Yeah, I mean, we are probably going to lose a little bit of entertainment.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we feel like this will be a great upgrade. So, but the middle three sections on the west side have been chairback seats in the past, and we're going to go all the way across with these. So every seat, with the exception of a couple of rows at the top on each side on the wings, but every other seat in there will be a chairback seat now as we move forward. So we're trying to wrap that up here. Should be in the next couple weeks, you know, hopefully in time for football, as that's what we've been shooting for this whole time. But
here's your folding chair.
We've been wanting to do that for a long time, and it's in motion now, and we're really, really excited about that. That's going to be a good upgrade. You know, we still need to do some things to the bottom of the undercarriage with the restrooms and the concession areas down there underneath on that west side, and that's forthcoming. I think down the road, you know, as we can get funding available to do that. But you know, it's just an ongoing process of keeping the facilities upgraded and where they need to be. So this is just one step that we're taking this summer, and that's about to come to completion. So we're looking forward to that being ready for this fall.
You know, we're in the kind of the first part of August here. Second part's coming to the first football game, the first home game, and all that's coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, it's right upon us. It's right upon us, you know, and I think at the same time of this auction, which, by the way, I need to make another statement real quick about the auction if I could, and that is for 7 years, we've had this partnership with Eagle Communications, and they've been serving as our sponsor for this. And we certainly have noticed throughout the years that when we have an event that's sponsored by Eagle Communications, it flourishes. So it doesn't go unnoticed that this is sold out year after year after year, but we're not blind to the fact that that's happening because of our partnership with Eagle Communications. Same as when they do a game day sponsorship on one of our games. It's talked about more, it's discussed internally, and it's out there more often. And so I wanted to say, you know, publicly while I had a chance, Gary, how much we appreciate your partnership. And this is year 8 with Eagle Communication as a partner with us, as a sponsor, the primary sponsor for the Tiger Athletic Auction.
So do we still have to bid on that cool table and do
still
all
got
that?
to bid. And you can pay me afterwards for that little plug.
Okay, very good. No, appreciate that.
We really wanted to be remiss not to mention how good our partnership has been in making this auction go when we started it several years ago, because that's generated approximately $200,000 a year, and it's money that we needed for not only just operations in athletics but scholarships, and it's really helped us with our facilities. we've done all those things with weight equipment and the like in the indoor training facility where we're going to have the auction this year. But people have a chance to see that. We've got plaques up all over the place in there, recognizing people that contributed to that. And again, that all goes back to the support we had from Eagle. So we use that auction to enhance our athletic department as well as meet some of our existing needs. So it's been very, very integral part of our annual operations. And so I don't know how we do without it now, but it's been very consistent in what it's brought in. It's been a great event, something we've had a lot of fun at, but I wanted to again say thank you to Eagle Communications because they've been a huge part of making that a success.
Well, we're happy to be a partner,
Yeah.
and congratulations on the success because that's what we like to see as well. So thank you.
betcha.
When we look forward, there's some other things that
Yeah.
you're working on. One of those is a dedication of one of the new
track.
things, the new track that's out there.
Yeah, we built here a couple of years ago. The university made a decision to build some new themed housing at the north end of the football stadium there, which created a deal where we put a paved parking lot in there, and the domino effect of that was going to eliminate all of our field events. So, everything from shot put to javelin to triple jump to long jump to pole vault, all of those things were being held out there, and we didn't have another site within the area of Lewis Field to go to. So rather than have running events at Lewis Field and all of our field events at another site, we moved into the process of building a new facility out at the Bickel-Schmidt Sports Complex, just to the south of our soccer facility. So that new track facility got built. It's all encompassing of all of our field events and track events, which is really nice. It's going to be windy out there for a few years, but we're taking steps to make sure, in 10 years from now, it's going to be an outstanding facility. And we have to look into the future on a decision like that. Mm-hmm. But for right now, we're really excited about it. We transitioned, moved everything over there, but we're just now getting to the dedication of it. And we're going to unveil that we're naming that track the Alex Francis track. We did have our previous track named after Alex Francis, and then building this new one. We've decided to go ahead and carry his name over, which we feel is appropriate, and we'll so that dedication will be the dedication of the track, but also the unveiling of the naming of the track being Alex Francis.
You also have new scoreboards that you're working on, and these are not just little scoreboards. These aren't the little things you see at the end of a gym go, that's a scoreboard. This is a scoreboard.
No.
This is a scoreboard, a big scoreboard.
That's a big one, and well, for one, there's three of them. One of them is going to be a timing board for the track. That's something that'll be unveiled at the dedication. That's going to be new. But the big ones are video boards. So we had a dilemma. The video board or the scoreboard in Gross Coliseum and the scoreboard at Lewis Field have been there since again the 90s, and we're really getting into a point where they became a need. We talk about things in wants and needs, and we needed to replace them. We can't get parts for them anymore. Anyway, they needed to be replaced.
You look at technology from the 90s, it has changed a lot since the early 90s to where we are today with the ability to not only show what's happening, introduce the athletes, show people in the stands. It's going to be great to see that. You're putting one in the arena.
Those Coliseums are going to get four-sided video boards, so it's still going to be a scoreboard, but it's going to have a video panel on each side of it, so we can show replays up there. We can do kiss cam. We can embarrass our fans if we get an opportunity. But it's going to be very interactive, and I told some of our Tiger Club people as I talked to them about it recently, better be careful what you're doing. You never know when a camera's on you. And so when you're hollering at the official and your veins about to blow out of your neck, and
we might be on the camera.
We might show it up there for everybody. So whatever's going on, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. There's a lot of promotions involved with it, and we're really excited about that.
That's being installed this month, right?
That's being installed here, yes. Matter of fact, just started installation of that this week. So we had to Leon's Welding came in and added some structure for us to support the weight.
Up at the top of Gross. I mean, that was no small feat. Yeah, here you go with your welder.
We're going from 1,400 pounds in our current scoreboard to 6,500 pounds.
It'll be ready for basketball.
It'll be ready for basketball, hopefully for volleyball. And then the football one we're working on. We're still trying to raise funds for that to get that done, looking for a major sponsor on that. We're still working on that today. But that one, we committed to those two boards together. We've got the funding for Gross Coliseum. We're working on funding for the football board, but the video board is going to be installed at the end of the football season. So it'll probably be late November, early December before that actually gets installed. And that's going to be a monster. It's twice the size of our existing scoreboard. It's going to be 63 feet wide, 36 feet tall, 10 feet off the ground, so 46 feet.
And that'll be ready right for the next football season.
That'll be ready for fall of 18, but We'll install it at the end of the football season, and then we're going to try to raise funds to build a structure around it. It would probably be limestone, which would kind of enclose it a little bit to give it aesthetically a little bit better feel. And so that's something that we're really going to be working on in our auction.
Well, if somebody wants to find where a lot of things are happening, it's the athletic department of Fort Hays State, because from whether it be a big scoreboard to some of the new parking that you have, there's a new parking lot out there. What's everybody going to do with a new parking lot? How are we going to figure that out?
You know, I think that part is interesting, because a year from now this fall, we're going to still have a few growing pains because we haven't built the new parking lot at Weast yet. Once we knock old Weast down and build that new parking lot, then a lot of our parking will go back to normal. But we have painted parking stalls over there now, obviously, to where the number of stalls actually increased from the past. So what we're offering this year is an opportunity to buy for $100 a stall right up in front of the stadium there, to where you can tailgate every game. We're trying to get away from the tailgate mentality, where we're just one time a year to have tailgate, to getting our fans and our parents and our alumni, everybody's coming to these games, to create a better atmosphere out there every game. We want them to have a great time out there for 3 hours before the game, and then get out of the parking lot and come inside.
Well, that makes it a lot of fun for everybody that's a part of that. And the first game is a night game.
Yeah.
And that's coming up September 7th?
7th, I believe, yeah.
And so if you get a chance,
Thursday.
It's a Thursday evening. Come out on that Thursday night. Those are interesting games because you have the lights on. It feels like football in Kansas, and so that makes a lot of fun.
It's exciting.
Curtis, somebody wants to find you. Where do they go?
Well, again, athletic department, 628-4050.
And that's in Gross Coliseum.
Gross Coliseum, yeah. Yeah, we're attached. The athletic department is to the south end of Gross Coliseum. So as you get into Cunningham Hall, which is where the swimming pool is and all that, everybody's aware of that. We're in the hallway in between the two. So we kind of join those two facilities right where they meet, where Gross Coliseum turns into Cunningham Hall is where the athletic department is.
So you can see it there, but of course online there's more information there. Of course you can go there and then pick up the phone and give you a call. Anybody at the university knows how to find you.
We'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from
Congratulations on the success, and I know it's just going to get more exciting as we go forward. Appreciate all the hard work, because taking care of how many athletes total?
We're getting close to 500 now.
500 athletes, and all the events and all the activities that go on. No small task. So congratulations on all that.
We've got a lot of help.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gary.
Very good. Curtis Hammeke has been our guest, athletic director, Fort Hays State University. Programs brought to you by Hayes Med and by Eagle Communications, our community connected.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications, our community connected.